Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. Reigning MotoGP champion Jorge Martin will not make his highly anticipated debut with Aprilia at the Argentine Grand Prix. The Spaniard's recovery from multiple injuries continues to delay his return, as confirmed by Aprilia Racing CEO Massimo Rivola. Marc Marquez has dismissed suggestions that Ducati will dominate the 2025 MotoGP season, warning that anyone expecting 1 to 2 finishes in every race doesn't understand the unpredictable nature of the sport. The 8-time world champion is ready to fight for the title, but knows the journey will be far from straightforward. The MotoGP season is about to kick off, and all eyes are on the Ducati Lenovo Team's powerhouse pairing, Francesco Bagnaia and 6-time Premier Class champion Marc Marquez. With 2 title contenders in the same garage, speculation is growing about how their rivalry could unfold. However, Bagnaia is confident that Marquez won't resort to mind games, at least, not yet. Yamaha enters the 2025 MotoGP season with a renewed sense of optimism after a difficult 2024 campaign. Fabio Quartararo believes the team is starting the new season in better shape, but the opening round at the Thai Grand Prix will be the first real test of their long-awaited revival. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Jorge Martin's move to Aprilia was one of the biggest stories of the off-season, but his debut campaign with the Italian manufacturer has been plagued by bad luck. After just one day on the RSGP during last year's Barcelona test, the world champion suffered 2 heavy crashes during pre-season testing in Sepang. The second accident left him with fractures in his right hand and left foot, requiring surgery and forcing him to miss the final pre-season tests. Just when it seemed he was on the road to recovery, another setback struck. While testing his fitness on a supermoto bike, Martin suffered another high side, breaking his left radius and damaging his scaphoid, injuries that ruled him out of the opening races. Speaking from Buram ahead of the season opener, Aprilia CEO Massimo Rivola confirmed that Martin will not race in Argentina either, prioritizing a full recovery over a rushed return. "He won't race in Argentina, and we don't even want to think about when he'll be back," Rivola said. "He'll return when he's 100% fit, no risks, no pressure." Aprilia sees Martin as a long-term investment, and is determined to give him the time he needs to recover fully. Despite the brutal run of injuries, Rivola praised Martin's fighting mentality. "He's a gladiator. I know he's already thinking about racing tomorrow, even if he had to bite the screen to do it." However, Aprilia is urging their star rider to be patient and avoid any unnecessary risks. While Martin recovers, Aprilia will field Lorenzo Savdori alongside Marco Bezzecchi for the first 2 rounds of the season. The earliest possible return for Martin is the Grand Prix of the Americas in Texas at the end of March, the scene of Aprilia's only victory in 2024. "Our priority is his health. The championship is long, and Jorge will have time to show what he can do," Rivola insisted. Jorge Martin's absence is a major blow to both Aprilia and the 2025 MotoGP season. But with his trademark fighting spirit and Aprilia's unwavering support, the reigning champion is expected to come back stronger than ever. The countdown to his return continues. Ducati heads into 2025 with what many are calling the strongest lineup in MotoGP history. The combination of Francesco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez has sparked predictions that the factory team could dominate the season from start to finish. However, Marquez is quick to pour cold water on that theory. The Spaniard knows that MotoGP is rarely so predictable, especially with so many fast riders on competitive machinery. "If you think Ducati will finish first and second in every race, you don't know MotoGP." Marquez is confident Ducati has the best bike on the grid, but he believes the key to winning the title will be consistency, not outright speed. The Spaniard pointed to unpredictable weather conditions and the sheer depth of talent in the 2025 field as reasons why every race will be a battle. Many riders can win a race, but consistency is the most important thing. Marquez highlighted Pedro Acosta, Marco Bezzecchi, and his own Ducati stablemates as serious contenders for race victories throughout the season. After years of battling injuries and struggling on the underperforming Honda, Marquez finally feels ready to fight for the title again. His strong preseason with Ducati has boosted his confidence, but he knows the real challenge starts now. I feel ready to fight for the championship. But the season is long, and you never know what will happen. Marquez admitted that the turning point came last June, when he first tested the Ducati in Catalonia. From that moment, his confidence and speed steadily returned. One of the most fascinating storylines of 2025 will be the relationship between Marquez and Bagnaia. The two champions have already shown they can work together, with Ducati praising their similar feedback during preseason testing. Marquez sees Bagnaia not only as a rival, but also as a valuable reference. Pecco is the two-time world champion. If I can learn something from him, I will. Despite the hype surrounding Ducati, Marquez is taking nothing for granted. He knows that winning his 7th Premier Class title will require hard work, patience, and a little bit of luck. Testing is testing, racing is racing. Now we need to adapt to every track and every situation. Marc Marquez is back in the hunt for MotoGP glory, but he's not expecting an easy ride. With Ducati's rivals closing the gap and a long season ahead, the fight for the 2025 title could be one of the most unpredictable in recent memory. The journey begins this weekend at the Thai Grand Prix, where Marquez will take his first step towards reclaiming the crown. Marc Marquez is no stranger to psychological warfare, having used mental tactics against rivals like Valentino Rossi in past title battles. However, Bagnaia believes their fight will be decided on the track, not in the press room. In the pre-event press conference ahead of the Thai Grand Prix, Bagnaia dismissed suggestions that Marquez would try to destabilize him. We both want to win the championship, that's no secret. But right now, the most important thing is to improve and learn from the new bike. Bagnaia insists that cooperation between the two riders will be key to keeping Ducati ahead of the competition. The Italian even referenced one of Ducati's most infamous moments, the 2016 Argentina Grand Prix, where Andrea Iannone collided with teammate Andrea Dovizioso while battling for second place. I don't think we'll see something like Argentina 2016 between teammates. Bagnaia acknowledged that the fight with Marquez will be intense but expressed confidence that both riders will prioritize the team's goals, at least in the early stages of the season. While the spotlight is on Ducati's internal battle, Bagnaia warned that their biggest threat could come from outside the garage. Based on preseason testing, he named Aprilia's Marco Bezzecchi, KTM's rookie sensation Pedro Acosta, and several fellow Ducati riders as potential race winners in Thailand. Many riders can be fast for one race, or even faster than us. We have to be prepared for everything. Bagnaia is aiming to win the opening race of the season for the third consecutive year after victories in Portimao and Qatar. However, he's determined to avoid the mistakes that cost him the title in 2024. Sometimes it's better to keep calm and analyze the situation. But if I see the chance to win, I'll go for it. The battle between Bagnaia and Marquez promises to be one of the stories of the season. But for now, the former champion is keeping his cool. With fierce rivals and new contenders ready to challenge them, Ducati's strongest weapon might be teamwork, if they can hold it together. After enduring one of its most disappointing seasons in recent history, Yamaha is determined to turn the tide in 2025. The Japanese manufacturer failed to score a single podium last year, with Quartararo's best result a modest 6th place at the Malaysian Grand Prix. However, the arrival of technical chief Max Bartolini and a winter of hard work seem to have set the team on a better path. Quartararo believes the early signs are encouraging. Testing was positive for us. Already we start with a better base than last year. Yamaha showed flashes of competitiveness during preseason testing at Sepang and Buriram. Quartararo finished third fastest in Malaysia and eighth in Thailand, a significant improvement compared to last year's lackluster results. The M1's improved performance even caught the attention of rivals, with Ducati team boss Davide Tardazzi naming Yamaha as a potential threat in 2025. Last year in testing, I finished 11th and 14th. This year, 3rd and 8th, already we're starting in a better place. Despite the encouraging preseason, Quartararo remains cautious. The Frenchman knows that testing times don't always tell the full story, especially with teams running different programs and fuel loads. Testing is one thing, but racing is different. We need the first 5 races to see where we really are. Yamaha will need to maintain consistent performance across different circuits if they want to close the gap to the front of the grid. One lingering concern is Quartararo's front-end feeling. The 2021 world champion admitted that he struggled with tire feedback during the Buram test, a problem he never experienced last year, even during Yamaha's most difficult moments. I never had this issue before, even when we were struggling last year. It will be our main focus this weekend. Solving this problem could be key to unlocking Quartararo's full potential as Yamaha looks to fight for podiums again. Quartararo is adopting a measured approach for the start of the season. While the signs are positive, he's not making bold predictions just yet, preferring to take things one race at a time. I don't want to set a goal right now. The most important thing is to improve step by step. After a long and painful rebuild, Yamaha appears to be heading in the right direction, but the real test begins in Thailand. Can Fabio Quartararo lead the iconic brand back to the top? The opening round of the 2025 MotoGP season will reveal just how far Yamaha has come. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you next time.